Hey, I'm Hunter.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're Manus Defense. We're here to review another plate carrier for you guys. We were lucky enough to get a plate carrier from a friend, a contact of ours, that is a...
He's in the Scout Sniper program.
He's in the Scout Sniper program. We actually started talking to him, trying to figure out what he was running as his loadout, because we're always very interested to see what every branch, group, service member runs based on what they're doing. And he actually is running the brand new LBX Costa collaborative plate carrier.
This thing's sweet.
This thing is very, very sweet. It is double stitched all over. It has a built-in admin pouch on the front, big enough to hold stuff like maybe a smaller iPhone,
maybe an iPhone 4 or
smartphone. I go ahead, I can stick my rainproof notepad in there, and it push down in there. You can zip it up, and it definitely makes sure that all your kind of small admin items are in there. You can stick pens and stuff.
It is tight though. It is very tight.
It is a very, very tight fit on it.
But I kind of like the fact that it's that way, so it's not flopping around.
Yeah, you don't want some extra flop in it, which there are some things about this that, on that note, do have some extra flop, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But we ran it today, and we were very, very impressed with its quality, choice of materials, its stitching.
Yeah.
It's fully loaded right from...
Or it's got the TRD
LBX.
Sport package.
It's got the TRD Sport package. For all you car guys out there.
Yeah,
right off the bat, it's got a lot of things that I've seen missing in a lot of lightweight plate carriers that are out there. But, I mean, the trade-off is when they went ahead and put this in, it's not a low vis. It's not truly a low vis.
This is not a low vis plate carrier. I don't think it is.
I don't drop into that category, only because when you start to kind of throw in these extra little...
the nice extra little goodies that you want.
The nice little extra goodies, the feel-good stuff.
Yeah.
It does add a little bit of bulk. They did manage to keep it an elastic system around the sides without any molle, which, as we've kind of reviewed in the past, does really keep it slimline down the side.
Right.
Makes it easier to get to your gear.
Yeah, I mean, I ran ITW fast mags on my hip, and wearing this with the elastic instead of doing molle and all that extra bulk, it was very easy to get to those mags when I needed to. Because I was doing speed reloads off the hip as well. We like this system a lot. We think there's a few changes that we would make. Overall, the pros outweigh the cons. The shoulder pads are great. The drag handle on the back is great. The Velcro is good. I would like to see molle, obviously. I say it all the time. But I would like to see some molle. The band, I didn't want any molle in, because I liked the fact that it was very firm and snug. We did have one issue that we found with this, though, and that's, I mean, grab the other side for me.
Yeah. And what I do want to point out real quick before we jump into that, the design of this band is actually very cool. They took the time to put some extra grip points on here to be able to get these on and off pretty quickly. The other thing that's really cool is it is a double band, which I thought was very interesting. As time goes on, bands like these do start to break down. So having kind of a when 2 is 1 and 1 is none kind of rule of thumb, it's nice to see that little extra material in there to save your hide. On that note, when it comes to making sure things don't break or fall away or you lose them, this is one continuous piece that has no anchor point in the back. It actually slides through the back of this, if you want to go ahead and help me thread that through. Slides through it, which it does help keep the plate carrier comfortable.
Yeah, it was very comfortable.
Very comfortable, because it does shift a little bit. So when you pull it around, you're not doing that the 1-2 step, trying to walk the two bands back and forth to get a nice, comfortable, even feel on it, which is really nice. But
if you're trying to put it on and you're trying to fish for one and the other one's
hanging out the other side, which happened to us quite a few times today, it does become a little bit of a pain in the butt. And as many of us know, if it's not anchored, if it doesn't have any type of retention, you're destined to lose it under stress.
Yeah.
If you're running out the door, if it's not hooked up and it catches on something in your bag and you're pulling it out and suddenly you're having it pull out completely. I don't like the idea of that, but all in all, very comfortable band.
Yeah, I mean, I wore this carrier today and I was very happy with it. I mean, when you hear of a new product, of course you want to get your hands on it, you want to test it out, you want to see what it's all about. You can only watch so many videos from SHOT Show or whatever it may be, you know. Everyone wants to be there, you can't always make it. This is part of a new system, and it's a great system. There's a lot of options for it. The price tag is a little higher, but I mean, there are reasons behind it that we can kind of justify. But so with this today, I was able to shoulder a rifle and everything fired fine. What comes with it is this mag carrier. It's a regular placard, I guess you could say, with the Velcro on the back.
Yeah.
It holds 3 mags. So this is one piece right here. This whole thing comes together minus the plates. Now there's an upgrade option for a Molle placard,
which you can see the Molle right back here.
I think that's about like $50-$40 without the tacos. These are HSG tacos or HSG whatever.
High speed gear.
Yeah.
Gear.
So it's nice to have that option, but then again, this is just like every other placard that's out there. In terms of, go ahead and pull it apart for them. The Velcro. Just show them the Velcro.
Oh, yeah. So
there's no double or cross stitching.
There's no cross stitching from one side to the other. This is a problem. I very quickly mentioned it in my review of the Deliberate Dynamics plate carriers, which when I had mentioned my D3, all these Velcro placards, they don't take the time to go ahead and actually connect the front to the back of the cloth. And what happens is it allows a lot of back and forth play. You find yourself, which is one of the issues we had with the double stacked HDI mag pouch, is that you constantly found yourself fumbling, trying to...
Yeah, like you're fighting to get your mag back in there. Like, because it's easy to pull them out, it's great, but it's hard to like get them back in.
Get it back in because the actual mag pouch starts to run away from your mag. And once you eventually break that kind of direct line, it eventually starts to push and it won't go straight down into the pouch.
And so then, you have to bring your other hand back in, and so the point of doing a tactical or speed reload at that point is kind of worthless. I mean, I still want to run the fast mags on it, so at some point if I find a placard that is done the right way, if I have to spend the extra $40, I'll do it. Because I'm still using a maritime carrier, and I like it. I am looking at new options because I do like some of these newer options, I guess you could say. Some of the better options, really, you could say. But I know that you're running the D3 chest rig, and so we actually were hoping that we could clip it into this. But because of this new system, these clips are actually a little bit smaller.
They're a little bit smaller. What LBX has done is they've created their own ecosystem of accessories.
Right.
It's a very robust system, but it is a limited system. Because of that, it limits those of us that already have training with gear that we've fallen in love with to shy away from something like this. I really love this plate carrier. It's all around out of the box.
Great, good to go.
It's great, good to go. For being a thicker plate carrier, I would say maybe an open visibility plate carrier.
This would be easy to work with for sure.
Yeah, very easy to work with, very comfortable for long periods of time. But by removing what I feel is the more universal standard, which is these Velocity Swift clips that you're seeing on
multiple carriers.
By removing the ability to actually put those on this and force you to use this, for me, I have to walk away from it. Even though I love it, I love its design. I think
it's limiting though, because you have to stay within that whole system.
Yeah, you have to stay within their system.
I mean, granted, there are a lot of accessories and products that are in the system, and I have a feeling they're going to be adding a lot more, because this carrier itself is not that old. What's the date on this thing say?
This one is...
Yeah, there you go. June 2014. So this isn't that old. Like, this is a new system, and so, like, you know, they've got the bags for it. They make it where, like, these attachments go right into your bag and everything. So there are great options, but by them making it within their own system only, it's kind of forcing you to choose what they have at this time. And so if you really want to have it built your way, just like you're going to have your AR, your handgun, whatever it may be, you can't really do it how you want still.
Yeah, this removes the whole have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
For me and Ryan, the reason we've started to get our hands on all these plate carriers is because we're trying to find plate carriers that let us be us.
Yeah.
Really cater to what we want. This is a very, very good start in that direction.
Absolutely.
But because for me, because of those Swift clips, I have my D3 chest rig that I use, I love, but I can't put it on this, so it ends up removing it as a viable option. And I hope down the line that they might change this so you can go ahead and put Swift clips or choose clip sizes. I mean,
I do like the fact that these are built in, though. Like, I like that they're covered.
Yes, they're built in. They're built in and covered, which I think. I don't know about the IR factor of clips. I don't know if clips give off an IR signature, which is to some of you out there, an IR signature is a big deal. So I think that these might help with that. I don't know. That's something I'd have to look into, and if I can verify, I'll put it in the comments. But it's a beautiful. I would say it's truly a beautiful design. The way that they've covered these, they've really tried to almost protect the clips, an extra layer of protection, which I think is, I would say, on all the details they went the extra mile.
Yeah.
Now whether the details are enhancing something you want or not is where this fails for some people.
Right.
It's a take it or leave it. It either works for you or it doesn't, and that's with most things on the market.
Absolutely.
But for me, it's when I heard Chris Costa his name on it. I'm not one to normally be like, oh sweet, a name brand or a name.
Not running anyone's nuts.
Yeah, it's one of those things I don't like to follow by name, but if I know that some of these bigger names out there have their name on something, most of the time they're not going to put their name on something that's going to be garbage or that's going to fall apart. Yeah. They're normally going to put their names on really high-end products.
Good quality products.
That being said, a lot of thought went into this, and Chris Costa actually had a part in the design of it, which is why it works with a bag, a carbine, full-size carbine bag that allows you to take these placards off the bag, put them right onto this, or vice versa, and a backpack system that's a smaller backpack that kind of works with this.
Oh, that's right, yeah. They do have a small bag for it too. I forgot about that.
That works with this entire system, and it's incredibly smart. Yeah. I love when companies do that. One thing that always bothers me is when I see companies really have the opportunity to build great accessories for their own gear, and miss that opportunity. Because if you can make an ecosystem where you look and you go, hey, I need this, and they have what you need, and it's made for it to fit it and work with it, and there's no question about it, that's always a fantastic move.
But we did actually have the chance to look at this LBX speed rig as well,
which is, for all intents and purposes, I'd say the big brother.
Yeah.
The big brother of this plate carrier.
I mean, this one is called the the Armatus, anyways. But with this one, you know, this was kind of right up my alley because this is a little bit bigger. It feels like you have a little bit more coverage, a little bit more space to put stuff, and so I do like it. The padding on it's great and everything. So honestly, if it came down to it, and I had the choice between these two currently, I actually would probably lean towards this one. But sadly, this is already built in, and the only way to take this off would be to cut it. And if I'm going to buy something, I shouldn't have to cut it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they were going to ever plan to make it so someone would cut it, you know, but With this, you're limited with your options, I feel like. And yeah, they have the Molle on the front, so technically you could put a pouch on here, but I want to run some hard pouches, and I can't run hard pouches against a soft pouch in the back, because then it's just going to flop.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if you want to run a soft, a soft flap on top of a hard flap, sure. But then, up here, I mean, this comes down so you can actually have another attachment point and everything. So, this is more in my speed, my size. This was comparable for me to the Mayflower. I like the Mayflower. If I could see the Mayflower, the LBX, and the Costa name on all three somehow combined, or they all work together to make something, I'm sure it would be closer to what I want. With this one, though, I will say that overall, we are very happy with it. The modularity with the clips, the whole system that they've developed, the built-in admin pouch is nice, the shoulder pads are comfortable, cummerbund is great, it's small enough that it's not in your way, it's not bulky, and like I was actually able to use a backpack with it today, and it was great.
Yeah. With all those features, there is a price.
Right.
The price on this is going to be, I'd say, $200 plus.
Yeah.
It's right in that range. If you get accessories, you're going to continue to jack up the price. If you want the book bag that goes with it, you're going to have to jack up the price. If you want the rifle carrier that goes with it, you got to jack up the price. It does get very expensive. I will say, my recommendation for those of you out there, if you're starting from scratch and you want to get all those features right off the bat, and you look through some of these items we have here and you go, that really works for me, that is something I would do, my recommendation is pick one up. If you don't have any equipment already, like I have a D3 chest rig that doesn't work with this, if you don't have anything that you have to reteach yourself on, it's really a great place to start.
It's a great place to start. It's got really good options. It's a firm starting ground. It gives you everything you need. It really does.
It's a, lack of a better word, it is a beautiful plate carrier.
It is gorgeous. By the way, with this plate carrier, there are actually level 4 Armour-Wear plates in here. These are the cheapest level 4 plates on the market. They are, what is it?
128, I think you said?
Yeah, like 128, 129 a plate. And so our friend, I guess you could say, or our contact,
yeah,
his personal preference was to pick these up, and so he's been very happy with them. They're a little thicker, but I wore it today and I had no problems with it. It was great. It was comfortable.
I want to say that these are ESAPI. Is that
probably? Yeah.
They're either ESAPI or SAPI.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. The reason we're not positive is because they're extremely tight fit. These were a shoehorn fit, and normally we like to take the plates out, see how they go in and out. We've opted not to do this because we like to keep our contacts happy. Our contact had to take this, completely submerge it in water to make the material a little bit more soft and more pliable. And he said it took about a half an hour to get these plates in. Now that they're in, they fit like a glove.
Oh, they're great.
They're amazing.
But I would not take them out.
We didn't want to attempt to take them out just because we didn't want to try and have to put them back in.
Right.
Or even worse, send them back to someone who was nice enough to send them to us.
Yeah.
And force them to put them back in. So we'll try and get a little bit of more detail. We'll put it in the comments below if you're interested in the Armour-Wear.
Yeah.
In the Armour-Wear plates, we'll go ahead and get a little bit more information below, so you can go ahead and check that out. Armour-Wear plates, great price.
Yep.
Really fantastic price for what you're getting.
They're trying to hit the market pretty heavy right now, I feel like, and I think they're doing a good job. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that wraps it up for us.
Yeah. That wraps it up. As always, like I said earlier, subscribe, like, hit us up on Facebook if you have any questions. Please don't hesitate. We believe that there's no such thing as a stupid question. So, we've looked through quite a bit of the internet. There are some stupid questions out there. But that doesn't mean we won't do our best to try and answer
your question. Yeah, that doesn't mean we're not here to try to help. So
that said, I'm Hunter.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are Manus Defense.